Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. Got these on because of the glare. If I suddenly look over there, probably looks like the sun will be shining out of me, but don't be fooled. Anyway, we're going here, and right at this moment we have it all to ourselves, as we are the only ones here. So what we're doing today is we are just following. We're trying to listen to the signs and see where that leads us. Let's if I point you behind, that's a much better view than me, I think. But that's quite a hill, isn't it? You know, you wouldn't be getting up there in a hurry. Certainly not that bit. So that's quite a good defensive structure there. Was that a jay that just flew across? Now if you look below, sort of below this, the group of trees on the right there, you can see a load of dips and hollows. Now that's very similar to what I found at Rybury Ring, only they were more rounded hollows in the tops of a hill. These are sort of going down the slope. Can you see what I mean? I'm sure you can. It's hard to tell on this with my sunglasses on and the small screen I have to look at, but very curious. I wonder, was it chalk? You know, was it some kind of mining of chalk? And other people will say, well, yeah, men just think it's all about mining. Well, then there was some reason for it, and judging by the chalk we've just walked across, there is chalk here. But it is rather a lovely location and view. I have plans to go up here, then down, then over the other side and up another hill, round, back down, and then back up this one and back. But I don't think I'm going to do that now. Now I'm here and experiencing it. I don't think that's going to happen, but who knows? As I said, I'm following my instincts. So a quick see, so a quick zoom into there, shall we? Now, when I first came here, admittedly it was in December, many years ago, but this was basically just mud, this whole little bit of track. And when I saw that, I would have found it hard to believe that one day it would end up being green again. But it has. You know, it was one of those where it's so hard to walk. It sort of took double the time to get there. Now, I did come here earlier this year, and it's 2025, and did a guided walk up here. But obviously I couldn't film that, and I wanted to get some of the view, because I don't think on my past videos here I managed to get much of a view, but I could be mistaken. The two greeter trees, as I call them. And you see, we're onto, this is earthworks here, and if we head up here, you can see this is more earthworks. Burdock in our path. Don't fall in there. You'll be pulling it out of your hair for weeks, assuming you have some. Nice, all this common cornflower growing there. There were orchids when I came earlier in the year. I can't remember when that was even. So I'm guessing we'll see other wildflowers. Now, I know this is going to give away its location. But this is probably quite important, this place, because down there, where that smoke is and beyond, that's where the sarsen stones for Stonehenge came from. So that is West Woods, and you can see right in the distance sorry about the wind. But that's what it's like on these hilltops, which makes me wonder if they were like that back then. Were they? Is that how it was? Windy? Because gnarly hawthorn, leaning hawthorn. Wind ravaged and split apart, sadly, but I do think hawthorns are the most witchy of trees. just by how they grow. And to illustrate that point, here's another. Suddenly looks like it's dying, as I sadly keep mentioning in my videos all these trees that aren't ash that are dying. Now, I am going to go down here because I love this row. And talking of trees that are dying, some of this has collapsed and fallen apart since the first time I came here. And I just wish I'd got more footage and spent more time. For they are really rather wonderful and magical. You can see it rotted apart, that, and then get some wind and crack, over it goes. But look, that's kind of beech trees I know from growing up, and now obviously we have to go into this one, and sadly it's not the only one that's come down. And it really does sadden me that I seem to be documenting the last of loads of places. You can see how far down that is. And already we've got leaf drop. Autumnal leaf drop, obviously because we haven't had enough rain. We've had some recently, but it's been really dry. So the first thing that goes is some excess, which will be leaves. Look how gnarly that is. Wow, sorry, I've moved it, but these are all really gnarly. Look at that. And there's me talking about hawthorns being witchy. These are unusual though, as far as beech go. This isn't a normal beech view of an ancient beech, not the ones I know anyway. And I do know beech from ancient forest. It does feel like we're on some ramparts here. Well, we are. Some earthworks. Look at it. Really stunning. And we had there's a lot of flint in here as well as chalk, so that's interesting as well. Both types of useful earth things. And look at them with the nodules on there. This isn't a branch that's fallen, by the way. This has just grown down. It hasn't come off, it's just there, propping up the tree, which is ideal. And as you can see by this fungus, this one's not got long to go. Not sure what the fungus is. And there, that's what they look out onto. That's quite a view, isn't it? Really, that's amazing. That's why I don't want them to disappear. Some of the flint here is rather a size and hole, look. Now, I think we've got the male-female tree here. And the reason I think that, maybe you can spot it. In fact, those along there have got it too, haven't they? Wow. And I have taken a knee. I can smell that smoke. So there you go. That would be the phallus, or group of phalluses even. But this one, that one is next to this one, and that's clearly a yoni, and not just one. There are a number, as someone else clearly sees too. It's like another world, isn't it? Yep, definite strong smell of bonfire, and you can see where this one behind, this younger one behind, came down. Sadly, and here at this end we've got a group of hawthorns, hawthorn scrub. It's probably one way of, and then the oak there. Yeah, you can quite clearly see the earthwork now. And coming round here, it's really not hidden at all, is it? Sorry if that was too quick. I can't really tell. Look at these. So structural. And the tail end of the rose bay willow herb. It's that pink flower. You can eat the leaves and use them as tea. I'm not sure about the flowers. I would assume you can use the flowers in tea, but I don't know that. Not for sure. There are more signs of drought shock. And a rather striking combination of the pink and the green and the dead and the live and the pigeon. So we're still on the earthworks. Of the fort. It's quite a substantial size here. Anyhow, while we walk through this bit, I wanted to talk about, because I said that we're going to see where we get to, what we find. Well, when I woke up this morning, in my mind, I thought that maybe I should look at finding a new rucksack. Yeah, you can guess what's happened, can't you? And then I got here, grabbed the strap of my rucksack to put it on, and hey, presto, it came off because it was all frayed. Well, we've got to, haven't we? I can't resist a path that goes into some trees. So that was my intuition telling me to get looking for another rucksack, because mine was about to break. That's how in tune I am with things. If I start thinking about something breaking or having to get some part or other, you can it's happened so many times. I've had that thought, dismissed it, not done anything about it, and in the not too distant future something has happened. Well, it's windy on this side, isn't it? It's kind of a north wind. Is that right? It's coming from there. Yeah, it's kind of a north wind. Now, if you came along and saw the one I did first of all, I can't remember what it's called now. Basically, it was misty, and I came out into here, which is still part of the hill fort. I came out here, walked over there, turned around, and I couldn't even see these trees. Yeah. Well, now I've got to go back because I'm not going that way. And also, having mentioned my rucksack, I don't want it being pulled by branches, because I managed to do a little repair for it to hold, but it's not going to last long. Doesn't seem like that many people have been walking this recently. Now, does it go down there? I'm pretty sure it did. No. Yes? No. Well, we're lost in the woods. I know we're not kind of lost, we can find our way out, but you know what I mean. Aha. This was the path I was looking for. That's a bit of a young witchiness occurring there. This is the bit of the woods people like to come through here. Makes a change, kind of, you know, for many reasons. Getting out of the sun. Oh, this is quite a young witchy area, isn't it? Interesting how that happens, because this is full of very ancient energy. You know, you've got to imagine or think how many people have been here. You know, the people who used to live here, work here, the visitors. You know, it's quite there's quite a lot of past. Wherever I go walking, because of where I am and because of where I love going, I am just walking in the footsteps of the past. And if I could sing that in a David Coverdale way, I probably would. Walking in the footsteps of the past. No, that was more Jeremy Clarkson. Wow, that's a lovely view. This wind is being rather lovely. Yeah, I can smell that smoke, and you saw how far away it was. So in a heavily wooded land with hills, or even without hills, you could smell smoke. I mean, that's a good, well, I don't know, 2-3 miles away. Now, which is the way people have chosen to go round it. I want to go this way. But I can't leave this yet. I was telling someone the other day, a client of mine actually, and they looked a bit troubled, and I said, what's that? And they told me they'd got this dilemma. I mean, a dilemma where they wanted to do good. You know, if you've been in a situation, a dark, hopeless situation, you need help to get out. You need someone to be kind to help you get out sometimes. And he said, I've got someone who's in a desperate situation, and I've been in that similar situation, and I want to help them out, but it could backfire, but I want to give them a chance. And I said, well, listen to your intuition. Whatever your gut feeling is about it, whatever your first instincts are about it, whatever the little voice, if you get the little voice going, yeah, I'll be fine, or if you get a little voice going, no way. But it just happens briefly. It's instant and so quick. Like if someone phones you up and says, oh, how do you fancy coming around for dinner? And you go, oh no. Yeah. Well, very often that's the right one. But it's not an oh no, oh no. It's an oh no before you've had time to even recognise that you've had the thought. That's what your intuition does. And you have to learn to read that. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. And I think because I've done that, I've come the wrong way. Oh dear. Okay. Well, we have to go back through then. But this voice, it's not always clear and can be very hidden. Like sometimes when something is about to happen, you may notice things being a bit weird, a bit odd. And I mean that. And you can't fathom it out, but you think that something's a bit weird. But because you're getting on with your business, you don't take too much notice. Or you can see people looking at you who you don't know, or that you do know, but they're looking at you in a strange way. It's those signs you need to listen to. Wow, this is lovely. Well, this is the end of this one, today's video. Thanks for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's been some lovely trees. I hadn't really expected, even though I knew where I was coming, it's always different. Everywhere you go is always different. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Check out the links below. Donate if you want to. Sign up to Patreon. Encourage me to do more with it. And buy me a coffee works too. And I shall see you in the next video. Listen to that little voice, that brief little voice. See you next time. Ta-ra. Ooh, hello view.